Do you feel like midlife has just completely sucked the mojo out of you? That ain't right. Let's get it back. Hello, welcome to the Change Guru. This is a place where we get our change on. And today I've got a question that I think a lot of us can really relate to, especially at midlife. And it comes from Wendy, one of the gals on my newsletter list. And she asks, when will I be back? I miss me, the person who was usually on the ball and had energy to cope day to day with relative ease. Wendy, if I was with you right now, I would just give you the biggest hug and I would assure you that everything is going to be okay. In fact, I think whatever happens with us, whether it is the hormonal effects of perimenopause or just the byproduct of living on the planet for a bunch of decades, where something happens where we literally stop and go, hey, whoa, what's going on here? It's almost like, when you're driving a car with the GPS and you take the wrong turn and it goes recalculating.
If you get lost, don't feel alone. We are here to party all night long. If you miss her, don't get sad. GPS will show you they're recalculating. Yeah.
It's almost like you're going through a major correction, and I know that it can feel uncomfortable, but what is awesome is that if you listen to the message, you're going to head off in the direction that is absolutely perfect for you. So right now, I want to give you a few tips that are going to help bring back a little bit of clarity into the fog. Now, my first suggestion is to just start with the body and to go get a full workup on your hormones. Have your sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone checked, have your thyroid checked, just have every single thing checked so you can know where you're at. My hunch is that you might be going through some hormonal imbalance, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do any kind of supplementation. It might be some lifestyle correction, and that's what I actually found for myself, that when I first started going through perimenopause, I could not work out what was going on with me. It always felt like more of mental stuff than physical stuff. I went to the doctor and discovered that I was low in progesterone, and I made some significant lifestyle changes. Like I really reduced my stress levels, and I've continued that practice on to this day so that I feel pretty balanced hormonally, but I would say that is the first step. It can be challenging to find the right kind of doctor. You'd think it'd be so easy right now, but it actually can be very challenging. So I've put some tips for finding the right kind of doctor to help check these types of things on the show notes to this vlog, and you can find that in the description, the link to that in the description to this website. But that is my first suggestion. Just go and do a little bit of a recce on what's going on with your body. That's the first stop. Once you get the physical stuff out of the way, there are certain steps that you can take towards getting yourself back. And with you, Wendy, I noticed that you have a very unique voice, and that leads me to my first tip, and that is learning to speak your truth, learning how to find your voice all over again. Wendy, I sense in you that there is kind of a real creative bent to you, so it might be fun to just journal, just stream of consciousness stuff, writing down exactly how you're feeling and what's going on in your life, stuff that you never have to read back, almost like Dear Diary kind of business, or playing around with poetry or haiku or painting. I just sense that there's something in you creatively that is ready to burst. And even if you don't consider yourself a creative person, just somehow finding a means of expressing, just so you can start articulating exactly what is going on, can be super, super helpful. My second suggestion is to use the power of affirmations as a way of kind of reframing your mindset. If we're constantly going around saying, where am I? I don't feel the same. I'm not me anymore. The mind maybe starts putting in messages that make us kind of act that out. So what I like to do is start using affirmations that actually completely contradict that. It's almost just like a way of brainwashing. So just simply saying, almost like a mantra, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. is just a way of reframing what you're going through and reminding yourself that regardless of any of the chaos, regardless of lack of energy, there's nothing changing about you, about that inner pilot light within you. So it's just a matter of affirming, I am here. One thing that I have had to do during my time going through perimenopause is I've had to really recalibrate my energy levels. So I used to be someone who was really super on the go all the time, and that no longer is a match for what I'm going through. I find I'm a person now who likes to go to bed early. I'm a person who likes to take naps. I'm a person who doesn't like to go to a lot of parties. I'm a person who can be around a lot of people, but then I need my solitude as well. These are complete adjustments to the way I used to be, and actually in thinking about them right now, they're a much better fit than forcing myself against a tide, having to do a lot of stuff that requires a lot of energy. So one thing that I suggest is to absolutely surrender. Surrender to the chaos going on. And you can even be honest with people and just say, if you don't have energy for something, you can say, you know what, I'm going through perimenopause or menopause. I'm going through this right now, and I just don't have a lot of energy with it. So I hope that you understand. Rather than keeping this in the dark or feeling bad about ourselves for something completely natural, a natural process that we're going through, I think it's important to actually say how you feel. And I find that surrendering, learning how to be quieter, sitting still, meditation, just doing whatever I need to do to be gentle to myself rather than forcing myself into situations that are not a match for me is really perfect for me during this time. So Wendy, I hope that gives you some really cool direction to take. And just the main thing to take away is you have not gone anywhere. Wendy is still right there. This is just the body, mind, and soul's absolutely brilliant way of giving you a message to just change course just that little bit to come back to yourself, recalculating. Now, if you want to really dig deep into what is going on with yourself physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, I've got this free wellness journal on my website at thechangeguru.net. You just sign up for my newsletter, and this tracks these 4 prongs of health over 30 days. So you can really look at all areas of your life and kind of determine what tweaks you need to make to feel good right now. I do it myself. I have found it very, very, very profound for taking charge of my health. It really puts me in charge of what's going on with my hormones, and I highly recommend it. All right, hey, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, you are right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.